This podcast is now in session. On today's episode of the GoGCast, we have legal matters on the mind. A judge tells Nintendo to stuff it, and we play a game of Suit Happens. May it please the court that Animal Crossing New Horizons has a new Nintendo Switch update on the way, and no further questions. May we rest our case. We're going to go start the podcast right now.
Get ready for the Girls on Games podcast, your weekly dose of news, reviews, and everything video games. Always served with a good helping of hype and just a pinch of salt. And now, your host, Leah.
Hello and welcome to another Girls on Games podcast. This is episode number 515, and I'm Leah. Joining me around this digital table includes Catherine. Hello.
Hello.
And as well, we've got Joelle. Joelle, what's up?
Hello. Is it 7? Is it 8? Is it 9?
We don't know.
Is it what time is it?
I don't know.
Year is it?
After the chaos of staying up wicked late so many days last week. Well, asterisk, not that late, but past my bedtime, and then having the time change, I don't know if I'm coming or going anymore. I just keep looking at my watch and just hoping it's around the time that I think it is. And yeah, luckily I have certain alarms that go off. Like my watch will alert me when it's time to go to bed.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, because time change. We're into the darkness now, folks. Guess the only good thing is to stay in and play video games.
It was raining today too, so as like 4:30, it was just miserable.
Yeah,
I was just like, yeah, I'm logging off work. Fuck this.
Saying to the girls earlier too, the good thing this time of year is now people start to put out the Christmas decorations, so at least it's lit up by pretty Christmas lights and you're feeling festive. But midway through January, that ain't a thing anymore. So
you're just sad.
You're just sad because it's cold.
Yeah,
and it's dark. Oh, well, like I said, let's stay inside and play video games. Let's get through some housekeeping before we get into the crew check-in. If you enjoy this show, you can subscribe. We're available on Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Podbean. If you'd like to give us a tip, maybe buy us a coffee, you can do that by going to our Ko-fi. That's ko-fi.com/girlsongames. Ladies, happy belated Halloween. Did you have a good one? Did you do anything?
No.
It
was raining cats and dogs here. It was.
Oh, unfortunate.
It started Thursday night, and the rain didn't stop until Saturday morning.
Oh my gosh.
Seriously, they said fuck Halloween in Montreal in particular.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, it was miserable here for a hot minute, and then it kind of cleared up. Enough. It was cold though. Yeah, and we were watching the baseball games. Joelle,
I think the baseball kept it alive.
Yeah, exactly. Joelle, how about you?
So it was our first Halloween in the new townhome.
Right.
And I was so excited. And I was a procrastinator, and I didn't get candy until the day of. And I went to Target. All the candy was gone. All the Halloween candy was just gone. And I have to believe that there were some in the back, but then Target was just punishing the procrastinators and not putting them out. So there were several of us in what used to be the Halloween aisle. We were like, "Where's all the candy? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna give out?"
Yeah.
And then, but all the Christmas stuff was out.
Of course.
I was like, it's the day of Halloween, and all the Christmas stuff is ready to go. Mm-hmm. So I went and I actually bought movie theater boxed candy because I didn't know there was no other candy.
You're going to be that house now, Joelle.
Well,
everybody's going to come to you because you're going to think that you're given full-size chocolate bars.
Well, and the prices of candy are bonkers
right now. Yeah, chocolate's expensive.
The chocolate is so expensive. So I didn't give everything away, so I can return it all. So it's probably going to end up being about the same cost. We only had 20 trick-or-treaters because it was also really cold and rainy here, and I live in a really cute neighborhood, but then we're in rows and rows of townhomes. So I could also see why kids wouldn't come in through all the townhomes. But I tried to put we had little lights that we put up, and we kept our porch light on. So it was really fun. We made We tried to make gnocchi for the first time, but we tried it with spaghetti squash, which was a mistake. I don't think I'd ever do that again. The squash was too there's too much liquid.
Yeah, I was gonna say the liquid to starch ratio is not there.
No, but anyway, we tried it. It was interesting. Don't need to do it again. And then we watched Practical Magic.
Nice.
Yes, because I'm a baby, and we were gonna either watch the Rocky Horror Picture Show or Practical Magic.
There's lots of Halloween theme movies, though, if you don't want the real spooktacular, like Casper, the Addams Family movies. Yeah, there's tons of stuff. Nightmare Before Christmas. Like, if you really don't want the spooktacular stuff, then there are a lot of options out there.
Yeah, and we're going through Stranger Things. We're watching that, and Ryan, my boyfriend, really likes the really scary movies, and I'm like, absolutely not. I'm like, there's no way. You watch those by yourself in a different house. Because, like, I won't have it. I won't have it in my space. But, like, so yeah, that's what we did, and it was pretty fun. We also, I have to plug this because it was so sick. We went to a small local theater, and they put on a rock musical about the story of Lizzie Borden.
Lizzie Borden.
Did you know Lizzie Borden, that she was a famously acquitted for taking an axe to her stepmom and father?
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I don't know that story at all.
Oh, you don't know that story at all?
No.
Well, you better Google this.
It's like a true crime sort of thing.
Yeah, it was. It happened in. It happened in the. Let me try to think.
Hold on a second, Joelle. You won't do the scary movies, but you're willing to go to a play about an axe murderer?
It's a rock musical. So
okay.
It was a musical. So yes, like it's not. It wasn't.
Okay.
It was really good. It it was live, obviously live music, like a band,
right.
And then the singing was phenomenal. And it was put on by Open Eye Theater, and the history is a little like touch and go because it was in 1892, but it was said to be like a really gruesome murder. So there's like this song and poem about like Lizzie Borden, murders her, but she was acquitted. So like they found her not guilty. And so the play kind of just totally, does artistic license and like places all these things, but it actually turned out to be like a gay like musical about like Lizzie Borden was a lesbian actually, and she was oppressed by her father, and so that's why she murdered her parents, because they wouldn't let her like have a relationship. And it was so good. It was so well done. I was so pumped. And I guess they had been trying to get this play in the cities for like 4 years, and then they finally were able to do it. So it was really fun. There was maybe like 80 people in the audience with us, and we were having a grand old time.
Did you do that Saturday night?
I did that. We did that Thursday night. So we went out of school night, and because I thought, that'd be really fun to go like the night before Halloween, and like it's like a spooky like story, and but yeah, it was really fun. But yeah, if you don't know the story, you need to look up that lore, because it's
okay.
I'm on the Wikipedia page. Trigger warning: they have the photos of the bodies.
Oh, they sure do. They did in the play. I was like, whoa.
What's her name again?
Lizzie Borden. B-O-R-D.
Oh, yeah. It comes up right away when you start to write Lizzie.
Oh, yeah, Lizzie Borden.
I wrote L-I-Z-Z and got Lizzie Borden, then Lizzo, then the Lizzie McGuire movie.
Nice.
Checks out.
Lizzo, she actually has a song about Lizzie Borden, but that's...
Does she really?
Yeah, that's a fun...
Oh, my God. There are the bodies. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah, so like she had really wealthy parents, but she didn't live a wealthy. Well, she had a nice house. Like the house was big, but it had no modern conveniences. Like it's just a goofy story. And this musical just takes, like I said, kind of artistic license and like fills in these gaps in a fantastic way. And it was so fun. So I'm really glad that we got to do that and support local theater, and just have a nice night out with all these, like, it was actually quite a few older crowd too. It's like a bunch of like white older people watching this lesbian rock musical about an axe murderer teenager. So it was like, all right, we're vibing, people. Like,
Nice.
so it was pretty fun though. It was fun. We're so glad we went. So we had a great experience.
Wicked.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get into Fantasy Critic real quick. We've got Podcast League news. 3 games released over the course of the past week, including Arc Raiders, which currently is on Kat's list. I have counterpicked it, but it is sitting at needs more reviews. So we wait and see. I feel like there's a lot of people talking about that game right now, though. So
Yeah.
wait and see.
I think it's reviewing quite well, so it might help me a bit.
We'll see. I don't want to do. I can't give me a negative poll, but here we go. That's the name of the game. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD remake. It's on Kat's list. Counterpicked by Joelle. Critic of 85, points of 15 for Kat, minus 15 for Joelle. That is unfortunate. The third game to release, The Outer Worlds 2, critic of 83, points of 13, additionally on Kat's list. No bids, no drops. So where does that leave us? Joelle is still in first, Kat in second, and I am in third. That is the Podcast League. Over to the Community League, we got a similar situation. Arc Raiders does not have all the reviews yet, so NJK, it's nothing really marked there yet for you. No counterpick on that. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake. Oh, my God, these names. Anyways, on Kat's list again, critic 85, points of 15. Kat, you double dipped on that one. Very nice.
I sure did.
And then The Outer Worlds 2 is on Jessica Starr's list. Critic of 83, points of 13. No bids, but one single drop. Margot decided to drop the game Karen? C-A-I-R-N? Karen? I guess. Anyways, it was dropped. So over on the Community League, the current standings, Jessica is in first. Kat is in second. Catherine. Wow. You jumped up there. Darth is in third. Then Pat, then myself. Ross, Margot, Alban, NJK, Stainsby, Kingsby, Snake Fred, Phoenix, Simon, and pulling in the rear is Joelle.
Yeah.
With nothing.
Yeah.
Oh my, we're getting closer and closer to the end of the year. I'm going to soon put in some tentative dates for recording the draft for next year. Perfect. All right. What's everybody playing? Catherine?
Oh, Ghost of Yote. Ghost. I didn't have a lot of time to play because I did have kind of a weirdly busy weekend, but essentially we started a new campaign in the Elden Ring board game.
Ooh.
So it's basically a DLC where you keep the same character and you play more and there's more content. But we're playing with Alban this time. So he came over on Sunday afternoon for us to do the tutorial, teach him how to play, set up our characters, and try the first fight and stuff like that. So I think we're going to be playing that on and off for a while, which is great. Alban also played Elden Ring. So, sometimes we do these little narrative things and, Pascal's reading from the book and he tells us, what do you do? And I'm just like, I walk through the gate. And then Alban just looks at me like, no, we don't. I'm like, why not? He's like, because in the game you do that, you get zoinked. You just get face to face with the big bad guy. I'm like, but this is the board game. Maybe it's different. Spoiler warning, it is different. Basically, you get different scenarios depending on what you pick, right? So I was like, all right. We've played the first campaign. Like I was going in blind, basically, because I didn't play the Elden Ring. So, because of that, I am falling way behind on Ghost of Yote. But I will make it. The Kitsune, your days are numbered. You have a lot of days though, because there's a lot of extra content. Like I'm walking around, I'm finding foxes and shit. So you have a lot of days, but they are numbered.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's definitely one of those, oh, look over there games where you want to
so
look at everything.
So fucking much. And I went back to, I made a mistake. I went back to the first area. Because I was like, oh, I collected flowers and I know I have stuff I didn't buy like completely at the red dye beach or at the white dye house. So, I bopped around and then I was like, all right, I'll just, bop back to that first in that first area, the Shadow Inn or whatever it's called. To, see if I do buy a few upgrades for my bow and then I'll, I'm going to save and then next time I'll just port back to my area and keep playing. And when I did that, I realized I had not bought all of the maps from the map maker. And there were like 3 altars I had not in the first area. And I was like, well, there we go.
What were you doing with your life?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Because like past Atsu did not have the coin to buy all the maps. But current Atsu is rolling in coin because she did so many bounties.
Yeah.
And it's just like I've maxed a lot of my upgrades, so I'm just accumulating the money. So I was like, so I bought all the maps and then I realized I had not done all of the secret in the first area. So not only is the Kitsune waiting for me to get shit around where they hang out, I'm actually backtracking to do more because this is ADHD the game. I am sorry.
Yeah.
Still love it though. I highly recommend. I mean, it let me pet a black fox, so game of the year.
Game of the year, indeed.
Game of the year.
Oh my god, we're gonna have to start thinking about that stuff soon.
It's coming in quick, like.
Oh my god! Wait, let's think about it. If the beginning of December is the Game Awards, then we should be seeing the nominations soon.
I'm surprised they're not out yet.
They might be. Maybe it's out. If it's not by Thursday this week, it's probably Thursday next week. Because think about it. When is the Game Awards this year? What time? What
usually
date?
In the middle of
Game
December,
Awards. It's usually the Thursday before Jingle Ball.
Yeah,
because December 11th. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So December 11th. That means. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we got it Thursday, Friday, or Monday.
Yeah, because every Discord server I've been in, Girls on Games included, has been lit with like these discussion of what's going to be Game of the Year. Because it's like so tight, with like Silk Song and Silent Hill F and Expedition 33 and like people are like Avowed Who, because like that came out in February and after that it was just like a steamroll of amazing releases. So
yeah, I just like quickly when I was looking for the date, popped across this Forbes article: 2025 Golden Joystick Awards reveals stacked Game of the Year shortlist. I mean, like there's let's see. It says the Golden Joystick Awards are a handy early barometer for the frontrunners of the 2025 Game of the Year shortlist. And today its organized unveiled the 12 hopefuls in the running for its biggest award, and it feels like it's 2023 all over again. There's absolutely zero fat among the dozen nominees to the point that you could see any one of them winning. Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, is perhaps the front runner, given its huge, thoroughly deserved fan base. Indiana Jones: The Great Circle was initially released at the worst time of the year for award recognition, December 9th, but its PS5 port put it back on the radar in April for all the right reasons. Split Fiction, my own AAA Game of the Year so far. I need to play that. Sidebar. Even if I can see if I can convince Mike to do it with me. Even if Expedition 33 is nearly on par, continue to redefine multiplayer experience with a nearly perfect narrative. Once again, it's another great year for indies. 4 make the final list of 12 games, including Blueprints, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silk Song, and then Peak. Let's see what else they have here. So yeah, 2025 Golden Joystick Awards Ultimate Game of the Year nominees in full: Blueprints, Claire Obscure, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Ghosts of Yote, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silk Song, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Peak, Silent Hill F, and Split Fiction.
Stacked.
Man, that is stacked, considering we had a lot of games move out of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
GTA 6, for example.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's gonna be an interesting next few weeks. And I guess we'll have our betting game coming up soon too. Maybe we should do the betting game where we put all the stuff in the Google sheet too and see who gets the most points out of it. Folks in the Discord channel, would you like to do that again this year? Please ask. If so, as soon as the noms come out, we can set that up and people can make their bets and something else that we can do competitively for just, glory.
That's some giggles.
Yep, exactly. Joelle, what are you playing?
I don't know what video games are. What is said entertainment system? I just was so busy with going back to the office with work, like being out and all that stuff that I just didn't get a whole lot of time to and with Halloween and I don't know, there was just so much going on this last week, so I didn't get that much time to sit down and play. But hopefully I'll be able to pick up Ghost of Yotei back up. I'm also trying to see if I have any more like games the rest of the year that I wanted to play. I can't remember. I can't even remember.
I'm using that Game Track app just to kind of see what's upcoming.
Yeah.
Right now, well, I know I've got the Moonlighter 2 early access in November that I'm intrigued by. There's a DINCOM update coming to Switch. Metroid Prime Beyond. Everything else kind of looks like it was pushed to next year or later.
Yeah.
Because like the other ones on my list would have been like Mouse PI for Hire, Mixtape, Subnautica 2, GTA 6, Witchbrook. So yeah, I think now is the chance, if there's not too much, to catch up on things. I was like thinking about picking up the Moonlighter 1 again just to get, just to see the difference between but yeah, if there's a game that you missed over the course of the year that you kind of want to get a sample on, this might be the time to give that a spin.
Yeah, I thought about maybe dipping back into Hades too, because I didn't get that much time with it. Because of Ghost of Yotei came out. So yeah, I think there's a few like in the backlog that I should try to get to. So hopefully I'll have a little bit more time. And work, I don't know, work is gonna be so nuts for me.
Yeah, up until I guess the Black Friday Thanksgiving holiday.
Yeah, and like just after that, there's usually where I work, a lot of people have, because they've been at the company for so long, they have a lot of vacation banked, and they take it almost all at the end of the year. So usually it's like kind of November and the beginning of December is really busy because we're trying to get all of our stuff done before everyone leaves. But I should have like a big break for the holidays, because I try to take off like the last 2 weeks of the year. But yeah, so I think we'll see how it goes. But yeah, try to get through Ghost of Yotei. I feel like once I start Ghost of Yotei, it's not a game that I only want to play for an hour, because it's like you boot it up and you get in there, and it's like I've done like 1 or 2 things, and it's just, so I think that too kind of feels like I don't want to start it and only play for a little bit. So I might need to find like a quick game to kind of pick up and put down, which could be Hades, right? But then also you wish want to keep going. I don't know. It's just so hard.
Yeah, it might have just not been your week with too many other things going on. I've had that where it's weeks where I'm just like, just don't have time to dive in. Yeah, I wanted more time with Pokemon. I'm kind of like, I didn't play any Power Wash Simulator this week, which was weird. Mostly just because I was like, on Saturday, I wanted to finish the main story, which I did. So I finished that off, and now I'm in all the end game content, and I'm trying to make what they call a living dex, which is essentially it's not just filling up your decks and having like having a Charmander and having it go to Chameleon and then Charizard. I have one of each.
Oh, wow.
And I'm also getting one of each if there's color variants and all that kind of stuff for each.
Wow.
So I'm at a pretty good clip now. And because I'm in like the end game, there are spots that are opened up that weren't before. And if I have the opportunity, I'm trying to get the alpha of each of these Pokemon as well. So, because if there's stuff about if you decide to use these Pokemon later for other games, let's say Champions when it comes out. If you get an alpha one, it has 3 perfect stats for one thing. Instead of you having to you can still do that on another Pokemon and change them. It just takes more grinding and things like that. So yeah, and shinies are popping left, right, and center. So it's kind of nice to have shiny Pokemon kind of come out of nowhere and just hearing it. It's so exciting too when you hear it in the little jingle and you're just like, oh, there's a shiny somewhere. I must get it. So yeah, that's kind of what's taking my time now. There's one thing though, if you want the Chinese shiny charm, and this is hardcore. Usually in other games, yes, you'd have to fill up the entire Pokedex or do something that's very much end game content, right? There is the thing that you have to do to get the shiny charm in this game is battle 1,000 trainers in the game.
Whoa.
To give you an idea, I just finished the story. I'm at 260.
Oh my gosh.
So think about the grind I have left.
Holy cow.
So I'm I don't think I'm going down that avenue. Maybe I'll keep picking it up. The DLC pops off. I'll do that. Maybe. But I'm going to consider myself finish this game when I have the entire living dex. And then I'm going to be happy. Because yeah, that's craziness. I saw some people today who have figured out a way to so there's a day-night cycle, and during nighttime is when they have the battle arenas on, right? So you essentially have that spot where you can go and battle all these different characters, and someone has figured it out that when you're in a battle, time doesn't pass. So they're able to essentially do a battle, but then drag the enemy Pokemon out far enough so that you're close enough to the next trainer that as soon as that battle finishes, you engage another one instead of having to run around and get it. So people are able to get 70, 80, 90 battles in a night.
Whoa.
And I'm like, wow, that is hardcore.
Wow.
So
most I've gotten is
I know, most I got was 15, 16 when I'm playing normally, right? And just running around trying to find another character to battle because they respawn and whatever else. But yeah, I just watched that video while I was eating dinner and I'm like, Dad, I appreciate you guys figured that out, but I won't be doing that. I have come this close though to buying one of those controllers that you can program it to do certain button things over and over again in order to spawn shinies. And I'm like, do I really need to spend $70 on that just because I've got an itch right now? Will this itch last in 10 days? I don't know. Oh my Pokemon, every time you get me. All right. This is a video game podcast. So let's play a podcast game about video games. It's time for Game On. Joelle is up today as the game master, and we're playing Suit Happens. Guess if these video game lawsuits are true or false. Ooh, so suit happens instead of shit happens?
That's exactly right.
Nice.
Suits happen.
I love this.
I'm like, did the Google Doc accidentally spell check Joelle from a swear word into a non-swear word? This is going to be fun.
I was trying to be punny.
I like it.
Okay, so you're going to try, I'm going to give you an example of a lawsuit that occurred in the video game Zeitgeist, and you're gonna guess if it's true or false. So here's an example. Joy-Con drift lawsuits by Nintendo.
No.
Multiple class actions targeted Nintendo for faulty Joy-Con controllers that caused gameplay issues. True or false?
That is true.
That's very true, yes.
That's very, very true. So, all right. Here we go. Donkey Kong versus King Kong. Universal Studios versus Nintendo. These aren't all Nintendo, by the way. But Universal claimed Donkey Kong infringed on King Kong. The court ruled King Kong was public domain and Nintendo won.
True.
I say false. Who sues Nintendo?
Apparently Universal Studios does because it is a true lawsuit.
I remember reading about that story. I think I was reading, I don't know, it was a book about how Nintendo came to be or something, but they talked about that particular lawsuit.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So Universal tried and failed. Okay.
Yeah.
I think this one is the last Nintendo one, but
Okay.
Nintendo versus Sega Smash Brothers misrepresentation. Nintendo sues after a fan mod makes Sonic the only playable character in Smash Brothers Ultimate, claiming brand dilution and excessive chili dog references.
False?
I would say that's false, but I Nintendo hates, like, it's on the verge of being true.
Yeah.
That is false. That lawsuit did not happen, but wish it did, so I
Oh
could
my
hear
God.
the argument of excessive chili dog references.
Yeah.
All right, Pac-Man versus KC Munchkin, which is Atari versus Philips.
Okay.
Atari sued over a maze game that resembled Pac-Man. The court sided with Atari, settling early precedent for game cloning.
Huh.
That sounds true.
I'm going to say false.
That is a true lawsuit
Wow.
Whoa.
over a maze game that resembled Pac-Man.
Oh, wow. And then
KC
they lost
Munchkin.
it. They lost it. And now
They-
people can
Atari-
do. Yeah.
Yeah, Atari settled.
Okay.
So then it's set an early the court sided with Atari.
Okay.
So and then it's set an early precedent for game cloning.
Okay. Interesting.
All right. EA versus former FIFA players who created a spreadsheet to track pack odds. Alleging reverse engineering of proprietary disappointment algorithms. True or false?
EA sued players for like counting cards, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
I would say false, but again, on the verge of being true.
Yeah, I think I'm with you there, Kat.
It is false. It is not
Okay.
a real lawsuit. But it could be. I mean, see,
I
it's close, right? Like,
Yeah.
all right, the Olsen twins. Like, do you know who those? You know the Olsen
Oh,
twins?
yeah.
Well, I don't know. You didn't know who Lizzie Borden was, so I'm just double checking.
I know, but that's
We-
pop culture,
we had
not
cable.
murder culture, okay? I work in the business of pop culture. I know who the Olsen twins are. I might not know who an axe murderer is 'cause I don't really
From the
do that.
1800s.
From the 1800s.
All right. The Olsen twins versus Acclaim. Mary Kate and Ashley sued for unpaid royalties after their game deal soured. They won nearly $178,000.
I could see that happening.
I think that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true. That actually
Ooh.
happened. What was I don't know what the game was though. If that would what game was
Is
that?
it the one about my brother's for sale, only 50 cents? Do you remember that music video where she's trying to sell off, or they're trying to sell off their older brother?
When
is
did
that-
this happen?
Oh my God.
Oh no! See now I don't know something.
Mary
the tables have
Kate
turned.
and Ashley brother for sale.
That's
Okay,
hilarious.
I found it.
Though.
It's a fucking music video.
Oh no, that's so funny.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to play it now. I hope our thing doesn't get clipped. Okay, how do I do this? Share screen. Brother for sale. How do I know? Yes, also share the audio. Okay, here we go, ladies. Do you see this thing? I remember this from being on like YTV or something when I was a kid. Okay, we won't
Okay.
listen to all of it, but you'll get the fun Mary Kate and Ashley stuff.
Oh, there's babies still.
They're children. Yeah.
Well, we
Yeah, they're-
think this world is a real nice place, but we think that it's a crime. That we should have an older brother who picks on us all the time. So next time he's sleeping in his room, we're going to sneak in and tie him. Then we'll take him out into the street and see if someone will buy him. Brother for sale, only 50 cents. Brother for sale.
It's so pure.
He's not a big expense. You can hug him, you can bug him, you could buy or rent. Brother for sale, only 50 cents.
So yes, that
Oh my
is
God.
the classic Brother for Sale from Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen.
That is
I'll
funny.
add it to the doc so Kat, you can.
Oh my god! I this was also like I did not have that.
No?
In my knowledge base of the Olsen twins.
I mean,
Always
it's a pretty,
learning.
like, I don't even know where I would have saw it. Guaranteed it was on TV. I don't know if it was, like, during, like, one of those kids' hours in the morning on Saturday cartoons. I doubt very much it was on Much Music or something, so.
No,
Yeah.
it must have been like as part of a skit because they were the outfits they were wearing was like their outfit when they were on the show. What is called Family Matters?
No, Full House.
Full House. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
on Full House, they weren't twins. It's just they used the twins so that they could keep filming all day.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so I also was like, what video games are they in? Apparently they were in a lot of video games. I didn't
Really?
realize they had a whole franchise. Yeah. Like
Wow.
so just a quick Google, they had games. Looks like they had like 8
Wow.
video games. PlayStation, Game Boy, Mary Kate and Ashley Magical Mystery Mall. Mary Kate and Ashley Crush Course. 2001. Mary Kate and Ashley Pocket Planner for the Game Boy.
Wow.
Mary Kate and Ashley Sweet 16 License to Drive.
They also had like tons of like, they had a clothing line and a jewelry line. Like they were raking in the cash.
Yeah. So yeah, they were, look at that. And they also won a lawsuit, apparently.
Well,
So.
there you go.
All right, here we go. Back to the game.
Yes.
All right, Platinum Games versus former voice talent. Claiming breach of NDA after a voice actor tweeted about Bayonetta's true ending using emojis and sandwich metaphors.
I feel like that happened. Sandwich metaphors, though. I feel like there was something between voice actors and Platinum.
Yeah, I remember.
But I don't know if it was for
on
a
Twitter.
Bayonetta Twitter thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say that's true as well.
Yeah.
That was false.
Really?
Aww.
There was drama, though, because the former voice actor of Bayonetta did, like, get fired.
Okay.
Oh.
I knew there was some kind of story.
there was something. And
I
she
remember
went
us
out
talking
on,
about it.
Yeah, and she went out on Twitter and, like, she said stuff. She talked about how much she made, and then that inspired the whole conversation about voice actors and salaries and
Oh, okay.
that piece. But that was from the Bayonetta. But that
Okay.
lawsuit didn't happen. Okay, Grand Theft Auto Hot Coffee mod. Take-Two Interactive was sued after hidden sexual content was discovered in GTA San Andreas. The FTC and class action suits cost them over $20 million.
I know about this mod, but I don't know if there was ever a lawsuit tied to it.
I would say that's false. Because
I'm with Kat.
GTA is rated for that kind of content. So
Yeah, I feel like this is a red herring.
yeah.
It's a real lawsuit. It did.
Okay.
Oh.
Mhm. Yeah. So watch out for San Andreas and your hot coffee mod. Don't mod that. All right. Fallout MMO dispute. Bethesda versus Interplay. Bethesda sued Interplay over rights to a Fallout MMO. The settlement gave Bethesda full control of the IP.
Who's Interplay?
Yeah. I know of like Obsidian. That
And
work?
Fallout, yeah, Obsidian made the other one. I don't know Interplay, so I'm going to say this is false.
Same. I'm thinking like,
Unless
even
I'm,
the
like,
mobile game was
crazy.
with Behavior Interactive.
Yeah.
so I'm going false as well.
False.
This is a true.
No way!
Oh
it's a
shit!
true lawsuit.
Wow, when did it happen?
This happened January of 2012.
Oh, okay.
Bethesda paid Interplay $2 million.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Loot boxes as gambling. Sony versus FIFA players in Austria. A 2023 ruling declared FIFA loot boxes illegal gambling due to their resale value, voiding contracts and requiring licenses.
I feel that's true. But there have been a lot of lawsuits though regarding or legislation regarding loot boxes and gambling and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna
This
go
is
with
one of those ones that could sit on the fence, but the fact that the last two have been true, I'm going to say false.
Okay.
This one is true.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Wow.
I like how Sony went after FIFA players in Austria. Like,
Oh my goodness.
my goodness. All right. Two human TOO, two
Mhm.
human engine dispute. Silicon Knight versus Epic Games. Silicon Knights sued Epic over Unreal Engine support. Epic countersued and won, leading to the destruction of 2 human copies.
Damn.
I have no idea.
I like how they countersued.
Yeah, but
And then they won. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very epic story, though. They do that.
By Epic Games.
Punny, Catherine.
I'm going to say true.
False.
That is true.
Oh my God.
These lawsuits are ridiculous.
Aren't they ridiculous?
are.
All right.
So
two more.
the too much chili hot dogs is not that ridiculous.
No, it
That's
really
right.
isn't.
Yeah.
It really isn't.
Very
I mean,
believable.
over the past, how many years we've been doing this? How many wackadoodle and yet legitimate lawsuits have we talked about?
I know. That's why I was like, I should make a game of this because this is just so crazy.
Oh my God. The problem is there's so many of them, and then there's like weird ones that kind of come up that you forget, right?
Yeah.
Like there'll
Like
be
stuff
some
in
that'll
the
go on
90s.
really long. Yeah, we don't remember.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean,
there's-
2012 wasn't that long ago. We were recording then.
there's so many. There's
Yeah.
you probably can't keep track of all the video game lawsuits, but these ones are just like more popular, I guess. Or...
Yeah.
All right, I got 2 more. Rockstar Games versus Taxi Sim 2024. Claiming the game's chaotic fare system, unquote, infringes on GTA 4's taxi side missions.
No. False.
That one is false.
That one is false. But also would have been hilarious if
Yes. I mean, we're going to be talking about a lawsuit later, and it's one of those where it's like, I feel like anybody could have come up with that mechanic, and if you're the first one and you don't stake your claim on it, then it's kind of hard for you to justify it later on that when you decide to call out one company.
Mm-hmm. All right, last one. Lineage 2, like Lineage 2.
Yeah.
Addiction lawsuit, Smallwood versus NC Soft. A player sued NC Soft claiming Lineage 2 caused psychological harm and addiction.
Oh my God.
His face is
That
shocked.
is
True?
very believable. Yeah.
True?
I'm going to say true as well.
That is true.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
That. Yep.
Did
I
they
don't
win?
know if they. I don't know if they won. Let me look that up. I actually don't know if they won. But that would
won
be
said
interesting.
lawsuit?
That like do that with what's
This
that
is a
one
cool
game?
game, Joelle.
Thank you.
Making
took
us
me
think
kind of
hard.
Took me kind of a hot minute to. The player claimed that Lineage 2 addiction, like the addiction to the Lineage 2 game, caused him psychological harm, and that NC Soft failed to warn him of its addictive nature. But the court allowed claims of negligence and gross negligence to proceed, while dismissing others like intentional infliction of emotional distress. The judge found that the plaintiff could potentially move forward with claims that the company was negligent and grossly negligent. So that the player said that asserting after he spent over 20,000 hours on Lineage 2 between 2004 and 2009, leading to an addiction that made him unable to perform daily activities.
What?
He argued that the company should have warned him about the potential for addiction.
How many thousand hours again?
20.
In 5 years.
Yeah.
How many hours are in a year?
I don't know.
Hey Siri, how many hours are in a year?
I know how many minutes.
8,765.82 hours. That's
face.
literally that holy shit. That's like almost the entire time.
Yeah, that's why he said it was unable to perform daily activities.
Jesus. That's crazy.
And so the court's ruling in 2010, a U.S. District Court judge dismissed several of Smallwood's claims, including misrepresentation, unfair trade practices, and intentionally infliction of emotional distress. So they allowed the thing of negligence. And so the ruling was notable because it allowed a case based on behavioral addiction to move forward against a software company, even with the presence of a user agreement. The case raised questions about a company's liability for potentially addictive products.
Wild.
Crazy.
All right.
Yeah. Isn't that wild? I know.
Suit happens.
The suit happens.
Such an educational game. Holy shit.
I know.
Definitely better than my, is it a ball or not?
Is this lawsuit a Pokemon or not?
Video game villain?
Sorry if this was deep, and I was like, this is kind of fun.
That is fun. I like it, Joelle. Thank you for bringing that one.
Yeah.
Let's take a little break, and then we got 2 news stories to talk about. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back and continuing on this lawsuit trend that Joelle started us on just a few minutes ago. Catherine, we have an update to the Palworld fiasco that's going on between them and Nintendo.
Yeah, so Nintendo was suing Power Maker because they were like, we came up with the mechanic of catching monsters in little balls, so fuck you. And then a judge told Nintendo to stuff it. So essentially the decision is, let me just find the proper, okay. So why the sudden rejection? The Japan Patent Office received a third-party submission of prior art which notes that Ark, Monster Hunter 4, Craftopia, a Japanese browser title called Kantai Collection, and even Pokemon Go all predate and would thus invalidate Nintendo's patent. The source behind all this prior art submission is anonymous, but some speculations are that it could have been Pocket Pair itself, which are the maker of Palworld. So it's literally like a 3-paragraph article. This is honestly, this is what I expected to happen, to be honest.
I didn't realize that Monster Hunter Arc and Craftopia, which is also by Pocket Bear, actually were doing a mechanic like that before. Maybe it's because Palworld was so close and essentially what everybody wanted when Scarlet and Violet were coming out. And even the one before, what was that? Sword and Shield. But yeah, because Nintendo didn't go after these other games and just chose to go after Palworld, that's where the patent office is like, I don't think so.
I'm sorry,
Bob.
did we all collectively forget about Digimon?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know exactly what they were claiming. If it's like the ball with the throwing and the waiting to see if it was collected or not. I don't know if that was exactly it, but Digimon wasn't exactly that, right? It was still like a monster collectible game.
Well, it was a show first, I think. Digimon, like historically speaking, was clearly like it feels like a bunch of Americans that looked at Pokemon and were like, we could make bank. We could sell a lot of fucking toys.
Wait, hold on. Was it made in America? Digimon.
It must be a Hasbro property.
No, it's Japanese. It's Japanese.
Oh.
A Japanese media franchise with encompass virtual pet toys, anime, manga, video games, films, and a trading card game. But yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing. It's somewhat similar to Pokemon for sure. And came out like kind of far enough after that, like, you could see they were looking at that. But I mean, Yokai Watch is similar too. That's essentially where you're collecting spirits, right? You're collecting yokai. So yeah,
there was 3 patents. The biggest concern was the monster catching mechanics at the heart of the dispute.
Yeah.
So
During the course of the week, as I was doing my usual perusal on the internets, and of course I'm watching lots of Pokemon stuff, I did see on YouTube a video from Pocket Pair, essentially addressing kind of like their future plans for Palworld. And it was like a month old too. And what they announced in it was essentially that they're going to work on the 1.0 release now. And they're going to do like a small drop in between because it's been out on early access for quite a while, right? I was playing it, loved it, said, no, I'm going to wait until this is out in full now. But yeah, it looks like in 2026, they're going to do a full release, which must make them feel real good when they get this story saying like, oh, good, we're not going to be sued up the ass.
Yeah.
Because honestly, like I've seen like Palworld and stuff like that. And yeah, it kind of feels like Pokemon with guns and everything, but it's such an amalgamation of like so many influences to me. It's just like I would argue Pocket Paired copied, but they copied everybody's homework.
Yeah,
like,
it's just that one was that's probably the mechanic that's the most obvious, but there's so many other things that are in there that are like you can draw reference from other games.
It's such a mixed bag of thinly veiled inspirations that they didn't even want to hide. Like these guys, they play a lot of Pokemon, but I feel like they're big on Digimon. They're big on all like other games. Like it's just a bunch of nerds that played a bunch of games. And they're like, what if we took all of these games we liked and made our own?
Yeah, and is exactly. But like, isn't that what we're supposed to be doing when we're making new games? Is seeing what we like in different places and then remixing it and throwing it together and see what comes up? Like, isn't that what breeds innovation?
I believe that the description that we used when we first introduced the game was, this is like Pokemon but with guns.
Yeah.
Like, amazing. Love it.
And so many people want to play that.
Yes.
Because like for me, like when I remember growing up, like playing Pokemon games, watching the Pokemon shows, but I also watched a shit ton of Digimon, and I was like, this just feels like, to me, Digimon felt like, I love Pokemon, but I also love like the you know, the animes where you just keep leveling up, whether it's like Dragon Balls or Sailor Moon, you know, it's Sailor Moon, Super Sailor Moon S, and you know, at one point you're fighting God, she's fighting God itself, you know, like
it
used to be like fighting aliens, now she's fighting God itself because she's the queen of creation. That's what Digimon feels like, because it's just like, I got a dog, that dog became a wolf with gun, and then that dog became an angel with like a super muscly man. Also with guns and with pecs. I was just like, what kind of fever dream is this? This is amazing though. It's just like, you know, you want this, it's like Super Sentai shows. You start with one and you've got like 20 that you can watch. It's why stop at Pokemon when you can play Palworld and
here's the
other
thing
shit.
Though. The latest Pokemon game is good, but like is not the be all end all. There's definitely a lot of things that they need to improve that Palworld does, right?
Yeah.
Like making a city that doesn't feel lifeless. You know, like being able to craft things, everything not looking all the same. You know, some of the if
open world
Pokemon would increase and improve faster.
Yeah.
Then now, mind you, they have some things they have to finagle because they've got this like whole like live like game side, like esports side that they're trying to balance. But I feel like them ripping it apart and having champions separate now at least starts that. Their next game, like I said before when I was reviewing ZA, this is not Gen 10. This is a sidestep. So Gen 10, the next real Pokemon full game, needs to be freaking gangbusters.
Yeah.
And if not, it's like, then someone else is gonna go do it, yo. Like,
yeah, but I guess but people will play the Pokemon games though.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna play it. They'll just keep playing it, but I'll play this too. I still want to scratch that itch.
Yeah, it won't be an either or. It'll just be an addition.
It'll be like all.
It'll be all. Yeah, they're not gonna lose out on anything. That's where like I think that's where the problem is with and I think we've made this point on several other episodes, but like that's kind of the problem with where is the incentive for Nintendo to create a Pokemon like Palworld.
Well, they're never gonna put guns, I don't think.
No, but to even listen to to
gun
update
could
that
be a Pokemon though.
They
There
have
you go.
not made a gun Pokemon yet.
But
and
they
I think
could.
there's
They
a
made
reason.
keys.
Like, look
They
how
can
long
make
it
a
took them to
gun.
give. No, but look how long it took them to put a gun in Mario. It took Ubisoft to do it.
Yes, and it took the Rabbids.
Yeah, they needed that intervention. But like, there are some really wackadoo Pokemon, but I have not seen a single gun yet.
But see, that's the thing is like if you are not willing to do the things that your game needs, somebody else is going to do it. And I'm going to, this is a risky comment for me, but like when Ghost of Tsushima came out, like I looked at this and I was like, they made Assassin's Creed in Japan before Assassin's Creed made Assassin's Creed in Japan. Did that stop Assassin's Creed from doing their Assassin's Creed in Japan? No. Because even if you look at Assassin's Creed in Japan, it's such a wide umbrella. They Ghost of Tsushima went with like the samurai who had his like honor and whatever, and then he got radicalized and he realized it's not like his honor is not the be all end all whatever. Assassin's Creed was like fucking shinobis, like we're doing ninjas because there's not just samurais, right? And then they were like, let's add Yatsuke, which is like our first like playable historical character in Assassin's. So it doesn't stop you from innovating. At the very least, like play like people that work on Pokemon should play a shit ton of Palworld and take notes.
Yeah.
Because like when I played Ghost of Yote, I was like, I can tell like the people at Sucker Punch, I could tell that they played a shit ton of games such as Assassin's Creed, such as like Dark Souls, like combat heavy games, probably the newer Final Fantasies, the Monster Hunter and stuff like that. And you could feel these inspirations, but it was not an Assassin's Creed game. Even if we like to tease and be like, they made Assassin's Creed in Japan before, but it's like at the end, isn't like Assassin's Creed Shadow better because of games such as Ghost of Yote? And isn't Ghost of Yote better because of games such as Assassin's Creed? I think it's the same. Like Pokemon could be so much better if they just play a shit ton of Palworld. And whatever that new Digimon game is, it looks like it is completely cracked. Honestly,
none
in a good way.
None of this creation is done in a void. So they obviously have seen it's got influence from other places, but that's part of it. That's how we get here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how we is here. And we're not when we started this podcast 12, 13 years ago, 14 years ago, 14 years ago.
My back hurts. Stop.
Speaking about back hurting and getting older and news stories that I didn't think were going to be coming. Ladies, I honest to God thought we were going to be hearing about a new Animal Crossing for the Switch 2 before we ever were going to get a new free update to Animal Crossing New Horizons plus a Switch 2 edition. Oh my God. Who would have thought?
Before GTA 6.
All this before GTA 6.
Seriously. So yeah, on I think it was Thursday of last week, like I saw this trickle on my YouTube feed too. Like this video popped off from Nintendo and it was like Animal Crossing update. And I was like, what? This is crazy. So I had to stop my work and watch it. It had already aired because they had dropped it kind of like a like one of those like pre-recorded Nintendo Direct things. So so it probably played out live, and then I just watched it on 2-speed because I didn't have tons of time. But I got everything that I needed to. So there's two elements coming on January 15th. There's going to be a 3.0 update free to all players. And then if you own the game on Switch or you don't own it, you can buy it straight out on Switch 2 with the new version. Or if you own the game on Switch, like I do, you can upgrade for $4.99 USD. I imagine it's going to be a little bit more expensive in Canada. So not only are you getting, like, I guess, up-res graphics and all that kind of stuff, it's really going to take into account the Switch hardware that they have. So one of the coolest things that I saw is they're actually going to put in mouse controls.
Mhm.
That alone,
Yeah.
like, and then they're also so Joy-Con 2 mouse controls, you'll be able to use them while decorating. Because the thing is too, is always a little janky trying to do it with the analog sticks and
Controller.
whatever.
Yeah,
So this
yeah.
is going to be so much better. Plus, of course, they're offering 4K resolution when the game is in dock TV mode, which is great. I don't know if they're going to fix pop-in. That's not in this article. Okay, so there's that. Also, too, there's going to be this feature because the new Joy-Cons have a microphone on them. And is it the Joy-Con or is it the Switch 2 itself? Anyways, there's a microphone. Maybe it's the Switch 2 itself that has it because it's all about the when you use the game chat with friends. But you're going to be able to like holler and yell at your villagers, and they'll be able to find them easier. Which is
Mhm.
always a pain in the arse when you're trying to go around and like talk to your villager every day and all that kind of stuff. And then of course they're going to use the face chat thing. So like if you have the camera, you'll have like you can play with your friends and then their little faces will be on top of the characters, which is kind of crazy. And you're going to be able to have up to 12 visitors on your island instead of 8. Just because the Switch 2 can handle it. So that's pretty much most of the updates for Switch 2 edition. And then the actual 3.0 update, which is the free piece that both versions get, is essentially a resort hotel that's going to be available. It's kind of like off to the right-hand side on a dock. I don't know if it moves depending on which island you chose, because I know that the dock's not always in the same place, but like it's going to be off to the side, and it's essentially a place where you can do decoration chores and have more villagers because they'll come stay at your hotel. Now it's kind of similar to the other DLC that they had done where you kind of have this like tropical island village place that you also need to kind of decorate for people, but this is going to be pretty cool because there's going to be a lot more items, including there's a whole Lego line of items. There's a whole Zelda line of items.
Like the
I think,
amiibo.
yeah,
if you
exactly.
have
So
the amiibo.
that's super cool. What else is it giving us? There's a bunch of quality of life changes, including a way easier way to like clear an area to be able to rebuild. One of the most annoying things if you leave your Switch for a while and don't play Animal Crossing and go back, your whole island can be taken over by flowers, and it's so annoying to try and clean up. So annoying. Now they're gonna make it where you can talk to this dude named Rossetti, he's in the game before. He helps you build like the bridges and things like that and the stairs. He's gonna allow you to like essentially clean up an whole area, and it'll just store it all in your inventory right away, including trees and other plants, which
That's
you
nice.
never could do that before. You kind of always had to like hold them off to the side and make sure everything's going to be okay, and move them as you go. It was like a bit of a dance of like moving things around while you like restyled an area, and you could like, it was just annoying because you couldn't just like wipe your entire land. So this is going to be so much better if you want to go through the process of redoing a whole bunch of stuff, which I'd love to do now with a mouse control to be able to decorate. That would be kick ass. They're increasing your storage expansion. In right now you have 5,000 items you can have. You're going to have 7,000 and then 9,000 if you decide to do that. So yeah, totally cool. A whole bunch of other things, dream addresses, concepts. Maybe you don't want to redo your entire island. Well, you're going to have up to a certain number. I think it might be 3 different islands that you can then go and decorate just for the shits and giggles, and also have people come help you. Like, I can't believe it took them this long to give us all these features, but then I'm like, why? I get it. You need the Switch 2 to be able to do that, to add the cool stuff like the mouse things and stuff like that. But like, I feel like we hadn't heard anything, and I was actually waiting for a new game, not this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have 500 hours in Animal Crossing from 2020 when I was playing it. And like, outside the DLC that came, the last big DLC, I haven't touched it. So I'm like very curious to see what the experience is going to be like. I'm not even going to go look at my island right now. I have a memory of it. I'm going to wait until January 15th and then try it. Now, Kat, you didn't play Animal Crossing. Joelle, you
No.
played a little?
Yeah, so I had a friend out of state, and then when all the COVID stuff happened, I did get it because she had it, so we would kind of just keep in touch with it. So I did it a little bit. I think a big thing was like I liked all the decorating and all that kind of stuff. I didn't like that we were in debt, right? So I was just like, this is dumb because it's too close to home. But I did play some, and I had a good time. I actually had more fun like watching how everyone else decorated their island because it was so fun, just like all the themes and things like that. So I haven't logged in a really long time, but this update, I'm willing to try. Especially with the mouse, to see like if I can have an easier time decorating, and the new things I think will keep me up to date. I did find that I just kind of had the completionist in me wanted to keep doing everything, and so I was like, I must stop, otherwise this will become addicting, and I'll have to sue Nintendo because I'll put 20,000 hours into it, and I won't have time for daily activities. So
yeah. And like it was just annoying too how they have a cap on items, and then like you couldn't get certain things. You had to wait for days to pass.
You had to wait for days.
Kind of
yeah.
So I figured out
seasons also like real time.
Yeah, the seasons. Yeah,
real time,
I mean,
like daylight cycle.
I played a
like,
long
time for this? Not
on
adults.
normal OG, like playing through normal days. Yeah. And then at one point I was like, F this, and I started messing with the clock. And then also too, I started finding like times when I could go visit other people's, and like you just touch the item and then you can buy it again. So like my inventory of options is pretty awesome. And you know, I haven't played in so long. I'm hoping now that it'll be even more for me to kind of work with, that is brand spanking new, that I, you know, hadn't seen before, plus all this new stuff, right? So I really was hoping for a new game, but this is a good way to hold me over for a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's really smart. I think it's really fun and fresh. I think it's really a good idea for them to release something for the Switch 2. I was kind of expecting this, so I think it'll be fun. It'll get people like me who already own the game to go back in the game. And it'll be fun to see what it looks like on this type of console. And it might be also kind of fun too for me to have something that I can, almost like a Tamagotchi, where it's like, no, you need to drop in every day and make friends and keep your village alive. I'm like, well, maybe I should. That might not be a bad thing. Maybe handle that.
Yep. All right, folks, so that brings us up to the end of this show. As always, check out the show notes on girlsongames.ca for links to all the stories mentioned this episode, maybe even a YouTube video with Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. Who knows? If you have the power to rate and review this podcast, if you could do so, that would be much appreciated. Why? It helps with discovery, pushes us up in the rankings, and any comments you leave help us build our show. This is also the moment where I ask the crew to shout out their social media handles so you can follow them anywhere and everywhere online. Catherine, where can people find you?
I am CSDSBINS, CSDBI on X, Blue Sky, Threads, Instagram, but I mostly hang out in the Girls on Games Discord.
Joelle, where can people find you?
People can find me on Instagram at JoelleLauren87, on Blue Sky at Joelle Lauren, but always hanging out in the Girls on Games Discord. Come and say hi.
And I am Leah Jew on most social media platforms, but of course you want to know everything there is to know about Girls on Games. You can track us down at The Girls on Games on Twitter and Facebook. Just Girls on Games on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and TikTok. Discord.me/Girls on Games to continue this conversation and more. But of course, if you ever need to know anything at all, you can track it down at our home base. That is our website, girlsongames.ca. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Joelle. It's been another lovely week in video games, and I'm off to finish my living decks. Until next week, see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.